Hey fam, what's going on? Just had a massive conviction today, and this is something I've struggled with for a lot of my Christian walk, is stepping out in faith and doing what I can hear God telling me to do. So today we went to our local coffee shop, Tim Hortons, to go get coffees and hot chocolates, because here in Canada it's pretty cold right now. So we first walk in, and I see a gentleman sitting all by himself, and you could tell he was homeless. He looked like he was on drugs or had some kind of mental condition going on. And then as I kind of look around the store or shop, everybody, you could tell everybody was just staring at this guy, making snide comments, whispering amongst themselves. And when I see that, that breaks my heart, man. I don't even care if you're not a Christian. That's just not okay to do to somebody. You don't know this poor guy's story. I don't think people stop to think that it takes one wrong hit to your head, and that could be you. It's very easy for it to happen to us, but we get so caught up in our lives that we don't stop to think, I guess. Anyway, so we go up, we order our food, and my kids decide they want to sit at the table next to this guy, which I don't have a problem with. I think that's amazing. But immediately we sat down, and you could feel the judgment in the air for us letting our kids sit next to this guy. And our kids kind of kept staring, but they're 5 and 3. They don't understand. So I kind of just looked at my daughter and gave her one of these, because kids, they'll just say what's on their mind. So anyway, we got talking, just enjoying our evening together. And everything in me, I get this feeling a lot. I know it's God telling me to do this. But just everything in me is ask this guy if he wants something to eat. Just ask him. And of course, out of fear, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to, I didn't do anything. Even my wife was like, should we buy him something? Should we? And I'm like, yeah, but do we ask him? What if he's crazy? All that stupid stuff that goes in your head to stop you from doing a good deed. So he ends up getting up and leaving, and of course I waited so long. I just felt terrible after. I'm why? Why do I do this? There's so many times that I feel God wants me to do something, and I don't do it because I'm scared. So fortunately, this gentleman came back in. I think he was just having a smoke, but he came back in and sat down at the table we were just sitting at, because we were getting ready to leave. And as I'm about to walk away, I'm just decided right then and there, I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not going to let fear hold me back. So I turned around and hey man, do you want us to get you a bowl of chili or something, because it's cold? Do you want something to eat? And he looked so thankful, and he's like, I would absolutely love that. So I went up, we got him some food, and as I handed him the bag of food, again, I could just feel this judgment in the air from everybody. Why would you do that? And also, I gave him a little bit of money in case he wanted a drink after. But it felt so good to do something nice. And like I said, whether you're a Christian or not, it takes one act of kindness to change everything. For all I know, that one event could have sparked a chain reaction of people going about their day and doing something for somebody in need. I'm not telling you all this to brag. I'm hoping that it'll help somebody else step out of their shell and in faith that just has a chance to do something nice for somebody. I don't know. And then I started really had this thought process of, I hear a lot of people say, oh, why doesn't God do this, or why doesn't God do that? And all I thought is, do you know how many times God's trying to do that through people like us? And it's us that don't do it. Do you know what I mean? Or even if you're not a believer and you're saying, why doesn't God do this? Why doesn't God do that? What are you doing? And if you don't believe in God, what's your excuse for being a terrible person and not helping? I don't know. It drives me crazy. And as believers, we need to do more of this stuff. We're called to love our neighbors and to feed the hungry. And I hear so many excuses, and I'm full of them too. Like I said, I always get too scared to step out and do something. And as I've always said to people when I talk to them, like, you don't have to give a homeless person money. You can buy them food. You can even just sit down and talk with them for 5 minutes and it'll make all the difference. Some of these guys just don't want to feel invisible. I mean, people I see just like do one of these and walk past a homeless guy asking for money. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to kill you just to even stop and say, I'm sorry, I don't have any money. Just don't leave somebody feeling invisible. Nobody wants to feel like that. I know all of these guys are on the streets by choice. Like I said, it just takes one wrong accident or one wrong decision. That could be any of us. So I challenge you guys, at least once during the next week that's coming up, is to just step out in faith and do something kind for somebody. One good deed can change the world. I love you guys, and I hope this helps somebody. Like, this experience helped me today. And I hope you guys have a great weekend and the rest of your week. All right.